going to be playing Touhou 13 10 Desires. Despite being Touhou 13, it's actually the 20th game in the series. A little bit of background on the series. The first game came out in 1996. It's an indie series by Zoom. Most of the games in the series are kind of a magical themed bullet hell game. There's also a couple sub-series that are a little bit different, and a sub-series that is very different, kind of a 2D fighter game. I don't want to say it's a Street Fighter style fighting game, because, you know, for one, I can actually play it. For two, it's a lot more focused on projectiles and dealing with them than most Street Fighter games are. Alright, so for people who don't know anything about the series, I should probably cover the basic mechanics. If you know, well, maybe people watching this don't know anything about bullet hell. So basically the idea is shoot all of them before they shoot me. I'm fine as long as they don't hit that little weak point that you can see on my character down there. In fact, I kind of want them to hit somewhere in this little red circle without hitting my weak point, because that gives me graze points. You can see my graze on the right along with my score, my power, some other stuff, lives, how many spell cards or bombs I have left. I have to say the one thing I really like about this series, it's one of my actually I'd say it's my favorite bullet hell series, partly because of how long it's run, and also because of its absolutely wonderful music. Controls are pretty good. I'd say my second favorite is probably Ikaruga, just because of that mechanic is so... that color swapping mechanic is so cool. After that, probably Hitogata Happa. That's, again, a really unique mechanic of slamming your characters into... You know, I might add those to the polls list for the next game to play, because those ones are both really fun. Youmu up there, Yuyuko up there is kind of interesting. I was really surprised when I was playing the demo for the first time and she popped up, because she was the final boss for the 7th game. Fortunately, she's way easier now. Dang, there's so much to talk about, I keep getting confused, all over my place, distracted. I think I was going over mechanics. So you can see I've got two movement types. I've got this normal, unfocused movement. Youmu's is a little bit weird because she has those little trailing spirit things that shoot. Pretty versatile little buggers, but they're not very powerful. Like I can spread them out so I can shoot something without being directly underneath it. And stack them to get a little extra firepower. What other mechanics are there? Unique to this game, it's not in any other game in the series. In the bottom left I've got that little meter with the skull next to it. I think it's called the transmeter or something. When it's filled up I can... well, once it's filled up I'll use it just to show you what it does. Collecting the little blue and gray dots up there is what's filling the meter. Got the power value on the right. Value is how much those little blue score point things are worth. Speaking of those little blue score point things, I keep collecting. Oh, transmitter's full. Those little blue score things I keep collecting, you know, obviously are for score. Little red ones are for my power. Every time I get 100 of those, yes, 100 of the bloody things, my shot power increases, I get another of those little orb things following me. I was talking about movement. Aside from unfocused movement, I have focused movement. By holding the shift key, it changes your shot type, makes you move slower, shows your weak point. It's useful for weaving in and out of, you know, swarms of bullets. But, unfortunately with Youmu, it is really hard to You sacrifice a lot of offense when you're using her focused movement, which is why she's so hard to use. Because, for one, its range is really short. You have to charge it, so if you don't time your holding and releasing the shot key well, you're not attacking efficiently at all. It's really not damaging enough for the... is not a significant or worthwhile trade-off. Unless you absolutely need to dodge something. Mechanics. So you can see the bosses have little stars next to their name. You can't see it here because she's acting as a mini-boss right now. But bosses have a number of stars equal to their number of health bars. Do enough damage from their health bar and they'll use a spell card. While they're using a spell card, if you manage to drain their life bar the rest of the way without using a spell card yourself, or a bomb, I'll use the terms interchangeably. And if you don't die, and if you don't use your drain state, then you get a nice healthy little bonus to your score for capturing the spell card. This is actually my second playthrough. Or actually it's my second playthrough in like 3 years, but anyway. Holy crap, this game series is almost 20 years old. This is the 20 game series. Anyway. Yeah, I did a run through trying to... I'm only going to post videos where I actually managed to not screw up in the end. I got to the very last spell of the game and lost. That was kind of painful. Right, story. If you want the story of these games, Youmu's not really the character to be using. Well, I mean, she's only playable in like 2 of the main series games anyway, so... If you're looking for the story of the game, when you play as Youmu, Raim, however you want to pronounce it. No, I normally say it Raim, but some people get really pissed off if you don't really accentuate that U on the end. Raim's kind of the main character in the series. This is an interesting little mechanic for the boss. Instead of shooting right at you, kind of flex stuff around and then throws it at you. The backstory of the game is basically there's a bunch of spirits that are suddenly appearing, so go figure out why. Holy crap, that was bad. If you die with your transmitter not quite full, you just automatically use it. You still die, but now you use it. Oh, there's an entire mechanic I never even talked about. That's the spell card bomb thing. As you can see, some of the spirits I'm grabbing are purple or green, and that's giving me spell card fragments and life fragments, which, you know, fills up my lives with spell cards. Spell cards are bombs. Drop one, you're invincible for a few seconds. You reap some ever-loving damage all across the screen. I have to give Youmu 1 point of credit, 2 points. She's really fast, and her bomb is pretty good. That's really all good I have to say about Youmu. I mean, she's fine as a character. I don't like using her. And you know, I really don't remember whether I've already said that this playthrough, or if that's something I said in one of the other ones that got cut. I can't believe that I lost. The final boss, this final attack. Oh, crap. Alright, I'm gonna shut up for a bit, because I need to focus some. Oh, okay, I've got an extra life again. I can keep running my mouth. I'm doing a lot of talking right now, but after I'm done with Youmu's playthrough, part of the reason I'm on easy is so I can talk. I'm going to crank it up to normal at least for the other characters. Yeah, like she mentioned, losing by timeout. Probably not going to talk as much in my later playthroughs. Partly just so people actually listen to the music and the sounds of this game. Like I mentioned before, that's one of the series' strong suits, is the just sound. Especially the music. You notice you lose power when you die, which can kind of become a thing, what do you call it? You lose some power, and then because your shot power is decreased, you start losing more. It's bad. Screw that, I'm just gonna use a bomb. Easy mode is pretty easy, but you know, if you're trying to talk to people while you're playing, it can be a little bit more challenging. I said I wouldn't go into the background of this game very much, and I'm not going to, other than to say that one of the premises of at least the reboot of this game, since the 6th game in the series, is that they decided people dying in their little spats and fights are problem. So instead of fighting to the death, they kind of have these little Danmaku fights with all these little rules and whatnot. Now Yoshika up here is kind of an interesting boss fight. Because, like Umbrella Girl, whatever her name is, like she said, I absolutely despise timing cards out, but it doesn't feel like winning. But Yoshika just has so much health. She has ways to recover it. So what's going on here? She's summoning those little... God! She's summoning those little spirits over there, and stop it! Bad on so many levels. She summons those little spirits and they start shooting faster and faster the longer you let them live. But if you kill them, they drop spirits, and if you let her absorb those spirits, she recovers health. I have less than one life again, so I'm going to shut up and focus. Yeah, this just does not do enough damage to justify how unwieldy it is. Unless you get point-blank range, and that's suicide. You might think just hugging the bottom wall is the best way to go about this, but it's really not. And again, she's recovering health by absorbing spirits. I can't absorb the spirits myself to stop that, but, you know, being this close to the enemy isn't exactly the smart thing to do. Just die already, jeez! I'm not touching the story of this game any more than what I've already said. It gets a little bit religious debatey, and I'm just not dealing with that. Oh, I absolutely love this stage and this boss fight. For one, it's got some really nice music, and for two, it's an interesting boss fight coming up. Again, I'm trying to focus on not saying a lot. Now, in the old games, when the mini-boss flew in like that, or when she's flying out after the fight, she could kill you. Fortunately, as I found out, that's no longer a thing. I've lost so many lives over the series to mini-bosses as they come in and out. Alright guys. Give me that life fragment. Give it to me. Yeah, just a bomb fragment. I don't much care about that. Now there is... I should be caring about that, because you can... There's this thing called death bombing, where right as you die you drop a bomb. You don't die, you lose a bomb instead. I haven't been doing that. Oh, so I'm not on the top of my game. So you know what? At this point I'm just going to go ahead and stop talking again for this boss fight. No, I'm not. That's a lie. So this fight, I'm actually fighting 2-on-1. Yoshika up there is gonna basically... She doesn't do a whole lot of shooting herself, but she acts as a meat shield, so she blocks my shots. And she still has a lot of health. Fortunately, you can stun her by doing enough damage. You know, it's better to just try to ignore her and attack Seika herself. She's got the health bar. Yoshika, get out of the way! So Yoshika does drop a nice number of spirits to help you fill up that bar. Speaking of bar... Don't care. I could not remember if my mic was muted or on. I had to check. It was muted. So I've been talking to myself all level. Super. Anyway, if the boss appears when you're in the trance state, I think you get a refund. Oh, a partial refund at least. Oh, I love this boss name. But, hard boss, so, love it. Well, I guess she's honestly not all that hard on easy mode. I wish she would hold still and just let me shoot her. Oh yeah, 2 whole lives. 2 whole lives and a 15th of another one. This card is hell for Youmu. Also pretty rough on Marissa. Snai and Brame handle it just fine. Yeah, in my first playthrough I died intentionally slamming into one of those shots. Oh man, I'm getting so much praise. I intentionally slammed into one of those shots because I thought it was a power-up, or a score item. Alright, time for the last stage, without screwing up this time! Yeah, I'm actually gonna... Nah. I'm gonna say I'm gonna mute myself, but I'm not. Oh, right. Pretty sure I haven't said it this playthrough, they're all running together at this point. But one of the few things the author or creator actually cares about is don't post my endings to YouTube and all of that. So I suddenly cut the video without doing any type of outro-y thing. Now that's why. Much like this false theme at first, but it really grew on me. Another thing that this series does that a lot of bullet hell games don't do, its backgrounds are absolutely beautiful. And I'm letting it push me way too far back. Hey guys, you want to have some 3-on-1 fun? Oh, that sounds really dirty. you leave us alone, please? The longer this spell drags on, the worse it gets for me, so I need to end this quick. I have to say I have a weakness for what type of cards to dodge. It's when they come in at 2 diagonal angles like this. So this is one of my favorite spells of, well, across the entire series. And it's kind of dull on easy mode, actually. It's very dull on easy mode. And I'm not dealing with this. Yeah, I went ahead and burned my trance there because it's... really? Oh, at least I still got a whole extra life in a much better position than I went into this on that first run. Anyway, she's immune to trance state during this last card for some reason. Okay, even on easy mode, this is not easy. Alright, well that's it for this part. See y'all in the next one.